Every commercial airplane carries something designed to survive what the airplane itself may not. We call it the black box. But here's the strange part. It isn't black. It's usually bright orange. It records crucial information about the flight and what happens inside the cockpit. And after an accident, it can become one of the most important pieces of evidence investigators have. But how can a device survive extreme impact, intense fire, and even weeks underwater? And what exactly is it recording while you're flying? Let's find out. If you love aviation, hit subscribe because we upload new aviation videos every week. When people talk about a black box, they're usually referring to two different flight recorders. The first is the Flight Data Recorder, or FDR. It records technical information about the aircraft: speed, altitude, heading, acceleration, engine parameters, control inputs, and many other flight parameters. Modern aircraft can record hundreds or even thousands of parameters. The second device is the Cockpit Voice Recorder, or CVR. It records audio from the cockpit, including the pilot's conversations, radio communications, warning sounds, and other cockpit noises. Together, these two recorders allow investigators to reconstruct both what the airplane was doing and what was happening in the cockpit. Despite the name, flight recorders are deliberately painted bright orange. The reason is simple: visibility. After an accident, wreckage can be scattered across a large area, buried in vegetation, covered by debris, or lying on the ocean floor. A bright orange recorder with reflective markings is much easier for search teams to spot than a black one. So why do we call it a black box? There are several theories about where the nickname came from, but its exact origin isn't completely certain. What matters is that in modern aviation, the famous black box is designed to be easy to find, not easy to hide. The most important part of a flight recorder is the crash survivable memory unit. This is where the recorded data is protected. The memory is surrounded by multiple protective layers, including strong metal casing and thermal insulation. Before flight recorders are approved for use, they must pass extremely demanding tests. They are tested against severe impact, crushing forces, intense fire, and deep water pressure. The goal isn't necessarily to keep the entire recorder intact. The goal is to protect the memory inside, because that's where the information investigators need is stored. Flight recorders are commonly installed toward the rear of the aircraft. There's a practical reason for this. Historically, the rear section has often been considered a location where the recorders have a better chance of surviving a severe impact. But they're not simply placed loose inside the tail. They're securely mounted to the aircraft structure and connected to systems throughout the airplane. During normal operation, data is continuously sent to the recorders. So, even though the recorder may be near the back of the aircraft, it can collect information coming from systems located throughout the airplane. Finding a recorder on land can already be difficult. Finding one thousands of meters underwater is a completely different challenge. That's why flight recorders used over water are equipped with an underwater locator beacon. When the beacon is submerged, it automatically begins transmitting acoustic pulses, often described as pings. Special equipment can detect these signals underwater and help search teams narrow down the location. But the beacon doesn't transmit forever. Its battery has a limited operating life, which makes the first weeks of an underwater search especially important. And in very deep water, difficult terrain or a huge search area can still make finding the recorder extremely challenging. Finding the recorder is only the first step. Investigators carefully recover the memory unit and take it to a specialized laboratory. If the recorder is damaged, technicians may have to clean and repair its components before attempting to retrieve the data. The information from the FDR can then be used to reconstruct the aircraft's final moments: its speed, altitude, direction, engine performance, control inputs, and many other parameters. At the same time, investigators analyze the CVR to understand what was happening inside the cockpit. They then compare both recordings with radar data, air traffic control communications, wreckage evidence, maintenance records, and other information. The black box doesn't simply tell investigators the cause. It provides evidence that helps them reconstruct the sequence of events. This raises an obvious question. If aircraft can communicate with the ground during flight, why store critical information on board at all? Why not stream everything live? Some aircraft already transmit selected information through satellite or radio communication systems. But continuously transmitting the enormous amount of data recorded by modern aircraft would require reliable global connectivity and additional infrastructure. And even then, an onboard crash-protected recorder would still provide an independent source of detailed information. Technology is moving toward greater real-time data transmission, but for now, flight recorders remain a crucial part of aviation safety. So the famous black box isn't really a mysterious black box at all. It's a highly protected recording system designed for one purpose: preserving crucial evidence when investigators need it most. It records what the aircraft was doing, captures what was happening in the cockpit, and can help investigators understand events that might otherwise remain unexplained. And ironically, one of the most important devices on an airplane is painted bright orange, so that when everything else goes wrong, it has the best possible chance of being found. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe for more aviation stories, and I'll see you in the next one.